gentlemen, welcome back to your continuing coverage of the Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and BenQ. Yes, indeed, as we mentioned before, skipping ahead several games, trying to find out the ones that either have awesome teams or a potentially awesome-looking lineup. And on today, we continue on with the group stages. I still believe we're in the group stages. Maybe it's the playoff. I should actually have a look, but screw that. Let's jump straight into the game. We have CLG, Counterlogic Gaming, over on the dire side, hailing from the land of Sweden, and they will be fighting it out against mTw, Mortal Teamwork from France, over on the Radiant side. And the full roster of mTw is here today. Syndron sitting in the captain's chair. We have Funzy, Soksha, Effing Mad, and Kebab, and they will be fighting it out. On CLG side, we have Captain Pycat, a stand-in Mitch, Lacoste, Nikwa, another stand-in, and Miracle. Jumping straight into the draft, the first couple of heroes to be removed out by Counterlogic Gaming are that of Chen, that of Darkseer, and that of Tinker. Standard bans, nice. A lot of pushing heroes to be removed, and that Tinker being taken out, which we've seen mTw utilize fantastically several times thus far in all manner of tournaments, as a matter of fact. mTw removing out Lycan, removing out Nature's Prophet, and taking out that Broodmother. Lycan, well, standard heroes to be removed out. Lycan, of course, being taken out by them because Counterlogic Gaming have first pick. Prophet being taken out, which always makes me sad because he's a hero that I love to see and love to play. He's an awesome hero, and he's also really friggin' powerful. And then we have the Broodmother, who's another solo side lane split pusher, akin to the Darkseer that's been removed by CLG. She's a pain to deal with. CLG have the first pick. We still have some powerhouses in. We have Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Enchantress. As I mentioned before, Enchantress hasn't been seeing all that much play lately, which is a little bit disappointing, but oh well. Ticking away into the reserve time already for Counterlogic Gaming. Who do we want for our first pickup? And we need to take note of the fact that mTw immediately get two heroes after this, so they're going to go with Leshrac, then the Leshrac. They're going to deny the Shadow Demon Leshrac combo from mTw and immediately just pick up that Leshrac. A good pickup indeed. It's probably what Counterlogic Gaming were thinking. They were thinking, if we don't pick Leshrac or Shadow Demon, mTw are going to pick Leshrac and Shadow Demon. It's an obvious pickup. So we should probably pick one of those. But what are some other heroes that we might really want? Or do we really want to give mTw those two heroes? Remember, the picking phase is pretty much the same as a banning phase in the sense. What hero you pick up is a hero that they can't use. So you have to always take this into account when you're picking up a hero. The captain's chair would no doubt be a tough one indeed to sit in. And Syndron has such a brilliant mind. If you've ever watched him cast alongside Toby, he brings up such great insight to the game. Except when he's trying to figure out what Puppy's thinking. It's the only person that he can't seem to figure out what they want to do with the hero, where they want to lane, what heroes they want to pick up, and so on and so forth. And Puppy, yeah, this is a massive circle jerk right now, but Puppy's pretty fantastic. He's awesome. The first pickup for mTw going to be that of Rubik, another hero that I absolutely love alongside the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet's probably my favorite. Rubik would definitely be second, Invoker being third, although I don't like to play him that much because he is awfully stressful to play. It's all like playing StarCraft. I play Dota so I can relax a little bit. I don't like to concentrate all day, all game, which is sort of what you have to do with Invoker if you want to steal kills with Sunstrike, of course. You're not actually stealing them, you're getting kills that would have otherwise gotten away because they're running away back to base. Also, Sunstriking isn't hard, so I don't know why that requires much concentration. I might just be bad. Brewmaster going to be the second pickup for the team of mTw. So we've got some great initiation to come out of the Brewmaster and from the Rubik because we have that telekinesis. And the split to come out of the Brewmaster is probably a really friggin' annoying spell. There's actually no probably about it. It's horrible to deal with because you think, oh, we're just going to frickin' jump in, we're going to kill this guy, and all of a sudden he splits into three people that run in three different directions and you can't kill them. Or we could use them for an engagement where one suddenly turns into three. They have magic immunity, they have tons of AoE damage from the Fire Panda, then you've got stuns, you've got disables, you've pretty much got a Yules and a stun right in the form of that ultimate. It is ridiculous. And with Rubik being in the field, Counterlogic Gaming have to be careful with who they pick up, because if they have a very powerful spell such as Black Hole, such as Ravage, it could get stolen by the Rubik, and it could be the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to you. In the last game I casted Absolute Legends fighting it out against EG, Tidehunter got his Ravage stolen, and it pretty much turned what looked like a pretty positive team fight for Absolute Legends into absolute death for Absolute Legends, because all of a sudden the whole team got counter-ravaged. It's not something that you want to have happen. And mTw going to secure themselves a Lone Druid. This is a hero that mTw absolutely love to play with. Somewhat surprised that CLG chose to ban out the Tinker over the Lone Druid. mTw consistently play Lone Druid whenever the opportunity arises, and they do fantastically with it. Enigma going to be the next hero moved out by Counterlogic Gaming, and I forgot to mention the next couple of heroes to be picked up by CLG is that of the Enchantress and that of the Night Stalker. And the thing with the Night Stalker, Night Stalker's job is typically to go around and gank people. Standard Night Stalker fare. The problem is you need a hero that's easy to gank. Night Stalker has a 50% slow, and that's about it. Brewmaster's very tanky and is unlikely to be killed off by the Night Stalker before he can run back to the safety of his tower. This is forgetting to mention the Thunderclap, which is a slow, and the Drunken Haze, which it gives Night Stalker a mischance if he's trying to beat down on Brewmaster. Then we have the Lone Druid, who once he gets that ulti is a tanky bastard that you can't really kill. He's really difficult to kill. It takes so much damage. He doesn't care about anything. You can put that bloody Bloodseeker bastard's ulti on him. He'll just walk away. He doesn't give a toss. And that is the amount of damage that Lone Druid can soak up, even at a measly level 6. Then we have Rubik, who has a damage reduction nuke. And then we've got the Telekinesis, which will stop Night Stalker right dead in his tracks and then push him away. But we do have to remember that Night Stalker has a silence, so chances are he is going to open with that silence, which would delay that Telekinesis. However, will the damage be enough to pop that Rubik before he can bring it back up? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Next hero to be removed out. Did we cover the Enigma being taken out? Well, if we didn't, I covered it just then. Shadow Demon going to be removed out by mTw. It's a fairly obvious ban out because they have Leshrac, who goes well with Leshrac Shadow Demon. In fact, I'm very surprised Counterlogic Gaming decided to pick up Night Stalker and Enchantress instead of putting a Shadow Demon in the mix, because again, Shadow Demon Leshrac synergize so well, and Shadow Demon synergizes just amazingly with every single hero. If they can do damage, Shadow Demon works out nicely with them. Venomancer going to be the 5th and final hero to be removed by the team of mTw. Now we're jumping into the final stages of the picks for both sides. Counterlogic Gaming have the first pick for the next set of picks, for the final set, or the second set of picks, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're waiting for them to pick on their next hero. And we've got a lot of push to come out of them, out of Counterlogic Gaming. We've got a good amount of damage. We've got some disables as well. Not really a hard disable. We've only got 1 stun, but we have 2 slows and a silence, which should be plentiful for getting kills. As for how the lanes that would go, I love to see Enchantress used in a tri-lane, in an aggressive tri-lane in their jungle. I could somewhat see it happening. We'd have Invoker solo mid, we'll have Enchantress, Night Stalker, and Leshrac over in the, wait, they're on the Dire side, so possibly my brain's farting. The bottom lane, we'll have them in the bottom lane, we have Enchantress in their jungle. It will disrupt the jungling of mTw if they do elect to secure themselves a jungle, which I think all the jungling heroes have been removed out, actually. So we don't have a typical jungler being secured, being able to be picked up by mTw. You can do something, excuse me, a little bit unorthodox, such as Lone Druid, who can jungle, which is a massive waste in my opinion, because he's so freaking good in lane. As for mTw's lanes, if we're going to go fairly standard, we would have Rubik going solo mid, we'll possibly have Brewmaster going top alongside someone else, and that will leave Lone Druid going down bottom, possibly going solo bot. Chaos Knight's going to be the next pickup, most likely going to use this with an Ancient Apparition possibly. I'm not sure what the lanes are going to look like over on mTw side. Same can be said for Counterlogic Gaming. If they go for the tri-lane, then it's fairly obvious. Now they're looking for a solo off-lane hero. And we do have some that are still in the mix. Windrunner, we have Beastmaster. Both of these heroes can take up those roles if they want to go for the tri-lane. If they do pick up another solo hero, it's pretty much screaming tri-lane, or maybe we will just have Enchantress spending her time in the jungle, and we'll just have a dual lane of Leshrac and Night Stalker. But we'll have to wait and see. Not much time remains for Counterlogic Gaming, actually 7 seconds of reserve time, 5 seconds to go before the next pickup. This is great because I know that the hero is going to be secured up next. SK is going to be secured by the team of Counterlogic Gaming. SK providing a nice amount of AoE damage, as if CLG didn't need any more. They actually have quite a bit with the Invoker and with the Leshrac. And they also have someone to that synergizes nicely with that Leshrac, because Burrow Strike into Split Earth, it works a wonderful, wonderful charm. And I'm still not sure if we're going to go aggressive tri-lane or not. We could have Night Stalker going solo top, and we'll have Leshrac, Enchantress, and SK down bottom with Invoker in the mid. Or maybe we'll have Night Stalker being babysat by the SK, and that will leave maybe Leshrac going solo bottom with Enchantress in jungle. Enchantress Leshrac doesn't seem like they'd be all that effective. We need someone else in there. The final pickup for the team of mTw will be that of Lina. So we actually have a lot of single target damage to come out of them, a lot of single target control, Reality Rift, Chaos Bolt, Light Strike Array to come out of the Lina, and then we've got the Dragon Slave, which will do a nice chunk of damage, and of course, that friggin' Laguna Blade, which would mean that we can instantly pop a squishy hero, such as, say, Enchantress or Leshrac. Enchantress especially, she melts to any damage. Due to the lack of the strength game, I believe she has the lowest strength game in the game. Strength gain in the game, not strength game in the game. Strength game in the game makes no sense at all. But we have our teams, Canalogic Gaming going up against mTw. How will the fight unfold? Let us wait and see. And the phone rings once again. Been ringing all day, but I've always been busy, and no one leaves a message for whatever reason. They're probably just telemarketers. But now's not the time to be talking about that. Now's the time to be talking about Dota. In 10 seconds, we will hopefully be jumping in. We stay on the screen for quite a bit, in my opinion, a little bit longer than we should. But oh well. Standard Dota fare, we have a pause. We didn't actually have a pause last game, which was quite fantastic. I wish that trend could have continued, but it seems that will not be the case. Let's have a look at who is playing who. Over on mTw side, over on the Radiant, we have Kebab playing as a Rubik, Funzy taking up the role of the Lone Druid, Effing Mad playing as a Lina, Syndran, Captain Syndran playing as a Chaos Knight, and then we have Soksha playing as a Brewmaster. Over on the side of CLG, we have Nikwa, the stand-in, playing as the SK Miracle, taking up the role of the Leshrac, Lacoste, playing as the Enchantress, Mitch, the stand-in, playing as that Night Stalker, and last but by no means least, Pycat, taking up the role of that Invoker. And the lanes I'm really not so sure about are mTw's lanes. I'm thinking tri-lane. We'll have Lone Druid going solo bottom, Rubik solo mid. That will leave Syndran, Soksha, and Effing Mad over in the top lane to try and wreak some damage, wreak some havoc, whatever terminology you wish to use. Over on the side of CLG, I am honestly not sure. We could see another aggressive tri-lane using Enchantress in their jungle, which would be really easy to do. It wouldn't be as effective because mTw don't have a jungler, and as a result you won't have that person that you're disrupting, but it would still be pretty good because you can grab creeps straight from their jungle and then use them in the fight. Because here's the thing about the Enchantress is her creeps don't last very long. It's not like Chen where the creeps will be there forever. So being very close to the lane works out nicely, and if you're in their jungle, you're very close to the lane, you're very close to their side, you're on their freaking turf. So it's easy to jump straight in and take maximum advantage of the creep that you've just secured. Let's wait and see how it all unfolds. CLG electing to head down south. It seems we want to go for the early first blood. How will mTw respond to this? We have the Yak Courier, which is awesome. I really wanted. I wish we saw the defense courier. I think we saw it in one game actually. Why is it called a sentry ward? I have no idea. That's actually not a yak. That's like a wolf or something. Maybe it's a yak. I don't know. Animals, why you do this? So why are you so hard to define? But nevertheless, CLG making their way down south. We really want first blood, and mTw is here as well. It seems this is where the blood will be spilt for first blood. Of course, that's how it works. And who's going to get caught out first? Soksha being caught out a little bit too far ahead, but does see the mass of CLG and decides to back off. Trying to come in from the side. We have the entire team in. We are going to engage. CLG electing to back off, not going to push forward ahead. Soksha eating his way. Actually, I had Fraps crash a few moments ago. So we're going to have to do this once again, like right when the friggin' fight started, which was horrible. Nevertheless, let's go. Both sides looking for first blood. We're both on the southern side of the map. Soksha looking almost getting caught out here, but going to back off as soon as the massive CLG is immediately spotted. And looks like we're electing to come in from the side. Both sides going to come in from the side. Soksha getting in position, going to eat his way through there. And here it comes. We have Pycat taking the lead, or Syndran taking the lead. Going to try and get off that Chaos Bot. Is going to land. 2 seconds stun to land there on Light Strike away to follow. Fade Bolt to fly through. Thunderclap as well as a Burrow Strike doing a lot of damage, but SK takes a fall, being the victim of first blood, but the CK is the next to fall. 1 for 1. Nice Light Strike away to come in once again. Mitch is going to be the next one to be taken down. The right-click damage coming in for every member of mTw, and 2 kills right from when the game begins being secured for mTw's way, but it is not an entirely one-sided affair. Miracle being caught out there by the Light Strike away, Thunder Strike to fly through. Split Earth hitting there on Funzy. Miracle a couple right clicks away from death, but is going to be escaped. Lacoste taking a couple more hits, but both sides going to retreat. 2 kills being secured by mTw and 1 for CLG. mTw also had the first blood on the SK, making it even better for them. So they've started themselves off with a nice little victory, a nice little commanding lead. Also, it seems the XP and gold... I don't know what's going on here, actually. I have no idea. I'm not sure if it's bugged or because it's a really early amount of gold and XP to be gained for the teams that the graph just completely spazzed out. We'll have to wait and see. And CLG want revenge. We're looking for effing mad, trying to venture around deep in the jungle. Are we going to catch them out, though? But they're a little bit onto it. We have Rubik and Lena trying to get revenge here. Trying to do a little bit of damage, but CLG are going to back off.
You get nothing.
Looking at the lanes, we have Lone Druid going solo top. In the mid, we have Brewmaster going solo. And down the bottom, it seems we're going to have that tri-lane of Rubik, effing mad, or Lena, and indeed Chaos Knight, sorry. Lanes were a little bit wrong. Enchantress has to be a little bit careful being this deep in their jungle. Doesn't want to get caught out, especially with 3 members of EG being here. Oh, CLG rather. And speaking of CLG, looking at the lanes, we have SK, that's not SK, that's Night Stalker. We have Leshrac, and of course Enchantress spending a time in their jungle, securing herself a Seder Hellcaller to do a nice chunk of damage as well. And over in the top, this leaves, as we've covered, Lone Druid before, going soloing it up against the SK. We're going to have a bit of dead air. We're looking for more creeps to steal, and a Centaur Khan is going to be perfect for CLG, and it looks like we're going to try and take a little bit of revenge. The team of mTw are, however, staying very close to their tower. They don't want to let themselves get caught out. But I don't think CLG care all that much. We're pushing ourselves forward. We spot that the creep wave is being pulled, and here's the next engagement coming in. This could be bad. Telekinesis to land down immediately on Mitch. 2-second stun to come down as well. But both sides going to dissipate as of this moment. Evermad come down. It's slow to come down, and the Fade Bolt doing so much damage to everyone nearby. Syndran takes a fall. Damage, of course, is not enough. And mTw have to be careful to make sure they don't suffer another casualty from this engagement. The nukes to come out of these two are very powerful indeed. Did we see the Shockwave come out? I'm not entirely sure. Haste Rune to be secured by Soksha. But Pycat electing to go straight for Quas, meaning that aggroing him down will be a difficult task indeed. Even if you get a few right clicks in on him, he will just regen his way back to safety. Total of 6 HP regen, 3 minutes into the game. Enchantress already making her way into the Dire side, the Radiant side of the jungle, looking for more delicious creeps to pick up. Once again, I forgot to have the friggin' last hits and denies here. Get ordered correctly. There we go. Lone Druid currently going for 10 to 8 with SK having 6 for 0. Neither side seeming to have a particularly great time thus far, but this is the opening stages of the game. 13 for 3 for the Invoker, with Brewmaster a little bit behind. We're currently... Actually, I thought it said 6 for... No, they're both the same. Never mind that. Syndran getting a nice chunk of farm down bottom, despite the fact that he's died twice. 8 for 4, doing a relatively okay job thus far. Enchantress securing herself a Tiger, looking for more delicious creeps. Probably a little bit annoyed that this Satyrs decided to stick around instead of buggering off and dying. Blocking the creep camp, of course. Enchantress needs that money creep. Do we have any nearby? We do have another Centaur down here, which is exactly what she would need to try and take on this tri-lane of mTw. Currently 9 to 2 on the Night Stalker, also doing an alright job. Engagement going on, EMP to fall down, Soksha just going to waltz away from it, being absolutely fine. Quaswex and Invoker action going to be having for us today, always a delight to see.
Regeneration.
Getting a bit tired of Exort Invokers. Reality Rift to go down, a 4-second stun to land it on Mitch, but there's no damage to follow up. Light Strike away to follow, but he is just going to walk away. Perfectly fine. Has a nice chunk of health, actually, despite taking all those nukes. Was 100% fine. Lone Druid's getting caught out, however, taking a lot of right-click coming in from the SK, jumping straight into his Sandstorm, so no damage, retaliation damage can come in from the creeps or him. And Enchantress looks to be getting in position, wants to take full advantage of the Centaur Khan and try and get a gank on Soksha over in mid. As he's going to move in, Centaur coming in first, EMP to go down, and he's just going to walk away, Cold Snap to land down as well. Trying to get the Thunderclap off, it was not successful, has no mana for it because of the EMP. And the Centaur Khan beating him down, and he does take a fall, another kill being secured here by CLG.
Radiant's middle tower.
And as a result, we're going to use the Centaur Khan to bolster the creep wave, do a bit of damage to the tower. It's unlikely we're going to be able to secure a kill on it, but a bit of damage done to it means it's easier to take down towards the later stages of the game. And by later stages, I mean slightly later, like 10 minutes later or something, not like 40 minutes in. It's not going to make that much of a difference, because it'll be already dead most likely. We still have that Centaur, but it is very low on HP. Missing the Stomp right there could have been a potential big chunk of Soksha's health being removed out very rapidly if it landed. Miracle looks to be joining Lacoste. Looks like we want to go for another kill. Indeed, and effing Mad is caught well out of position, but does spot Death rolling in and backs off. And I think mTw are going to turn the tides here. We're going to try and go for an easy kill. Kabat moving in alongside effing Mad. We have taken a Troll Shaman though, which will be a bit difficult. Fadebolt to go out, as well as the Reality of the Rift. 2 seconds stun to land on Miracle, and that is an easy kill for him. But the Void to come in on effing Mad, taking a lot of damage. Telekinesis to pick him up in the air and get dropped straight on Enchantress's head. Effing Mad will take a fall, but the rest of mTw will be able to get away, but he's trapped in the trees. Kabak being caught out, not quite getting jewed a little bit by the pathfinding. Negative Earth Charge to come down. Pycat, Syndra trying to do what he can on that Chaos Knight, but he does take a fall. Mitch diving deep. Night Stalker getting to Knight at the perfect opportunity as well, assisting him with the achievement of that kill. Picking up 2, trading it for 1. CLG beginning to rocket ahead very steadily, and it seems the XP graph looks as it should. I think it's because the first blood was so early that it just didn't know how to graph. There was no sort of basis, it was just straight from the top. But XP closing in on 1.5k for the team of CLG, and the gold 250 currently for them. Slight advantage. This is of course the kills that they've achieved. Fonzie doesn't care that the neutral camp is being stacked, he just waltzed straight in and secures himself. Currently Syndra running from a massive force of death, slow to come out on him, and we're trying to do the damage we can deal. Split Earth not landing just yet, but the Edict as well as the slow to come from the Enchantress. Nice light strike array to come in. Is it going to be enough to save the life of Syndra and Dragon Slave to go out? He's trying to juke in the trees. It might be enough telekinesis to pick Mitch into the air. Syndra is now by the safety of the tower and has successfully escaped death. However, CLG are still hungry for revenge. Mitch using an Urn Charge, he wants to get back in there and try and secure himself a kill, but I don't think they're going to get it. They might instead settle for mid. Another Centaur Khan to be secured here by Lacoste. Lacoste is just getting repeatedly getting fantastic creeps to utilize in an engagement, and he's going to be able to soak up the damage of the tower. He'll be able to bring in another a stun, and here comes CLG. We want to take up a kill on Syndra. The Shrek moving in, Split Earth to land there on Syndra, but the Edict doing a nice chunk of damage as well. The Void to flow down, negative Urn Charge too. Rubik doing what he can, but Syndra will take a fall. There is nothing that he can do to help out. And this could potentially transition into a very easy tower as well, where standing here, we're going to kill off the creep wave, which will of course allow the oncoming creep wave for the team of CLG to easily obliterate this tower, especially with the assistance of the heroes from CLG. It'll be very easy indeed. mTw, however, do not want to let that happen. We're already moving into position. We want to save this tower as best as we can, or maybe even pick up a kill. Miracle possibly getting caught out, wards to go down. And since we're going to try and go for the sandwich, Thunderclap to go down, a lot of right-click damage, Dragon Slab, and the Light Strike away. Easy kill, easy double kill for the team of mTw. For some reason I didn't hear the double kill announced there, but it's really isn't that big of a deal. Boots of Tranquil being secured here by the Lone Druid. No boots on the Spirit Bear just yet. No buckler either. Soksha currently 45-6, doing a very nice job despite going up against the harassment of the Invoker. Invoker currently 40-5. Middle lane on both sides doing relatively well. 42-22 over in the Lone Druid, having a oh so dandy time, while the SK is only 26-3. Not having as good of a time. There's a lot of harassment to come out of Funzy. And it seems CLG want to do something about it, but the game sense is just too good. The bear's being used to scout out ahead, very smart indeed, which is going to give Funzy a lot of breathing room should these two come in, but they're going in for smoke. But I don't think Funzy is already backed off, but he is going to get caught out. He's deciding to push himself forward. Burrow Strike to come down. Diabolic Edict, as well as a slow from the Enchantress. Split Earth to follow. Epicenter being used up as well, and this is a lot of damage. Funzy instantly falling. Dragon Slave and Light Strike away to try and do what he can, but the Night Stalker comes in out of nowhere. Effing mad, trying to save the day. Comes in and gets killed, but however, Split to come out. Every single member of CLG are very low. The Rock gets a kill on the Leshrac. Enchantress trying to run as best he can. SK takes a fall as well. A double kill for the Brewmaster. Enchantress being lifted in the air. The Night Stalker is going to get away, but Enchantress might not be so lucky. The Sprites, however, healing herself to relative safety. Stun to come in on the Night Stalker, and suddenly Pycat is here to try and do some damage. EMP and Tornado to come down. Soksha could find himself come out, trying to get off the Thunderclap, but he has no mana, and his silence, negative earn charge, slows, so many slows, and Brewmaster pays the double kill that he just secured on CLG. Whenever mTw look to be bringing it back, CLG just smack him down, and they're going to transition straight into the tier 1 tower over at top. Dragon Slave come in, trying to weaken the Creep Wave as much as possible. Cold Snap, Void, and a lot of damage. Lina instantly melts. Syndrome doing what he can to reinforce. 3 seconds starts to land out. Tornado to pick them up, and Rubik's going to pick up the Enchantress as well. Instantly popping. Fable to go down. Kabap immediately pops to the Night Stalker, and Syndrome is now forced to retreat. A nighttime Night Stalker is not something that you want to deal with under any circumstances. Can't one-on-one that bastard at all. And no one's defending this tier 1 tower. It might die to the creep wave, especially with the siege creep here bellowing down on it. Even with the creep wave coming in to reinforce, the damage might be enough, but Syndrome is here to clean up the mess. This tower's getting very low. They might let it go in deny range, and it is now in deny range. They have to kill that quickly. It might get taken down. No, it will not, and Syndrome most likely going to deny this top tower. But over in the middle, a lot of damage is being dealt. Tornado to fly out. No EMP to follow. Invoker taking a kill on the Lina. Getting killed many times here. Night Stalker currently going in the Brewmaster. We have no Split. We have no Thunderclap. Currently on cooldown. Burrow Strike to come in as well. We're going to see the Thunderclap. Here it comes. Going to try and run away. We have no Haze either. Drunken Haze, rather. With the Entangle to come in. Fadebolt to follow. Night Stalker instantly pops. Telekinesis land there on the SK. Burrow Strike his way to safety, however, and he will be fine. Rubik also stealing the Sandstorm. Lacoste going very deep into the jungle once again, going to get caught out by the Brewmaster, but who would come out ahead in the engagement? Reinforcements are ready to roll in. Soksha is about to take a fall. Slow to come down, impedes to do a nice chunk of damage. Cold Snap coming in as well. No Burrow Strike, or no Thunderclap. Edict goes down, or rather Split Earth goes down, and he falls like a stone. EMP not even necessary there. Miracle taking a lot of damage from that, however, forced to back off. A tier 1 tower over at mid is taking a fall as well. It seems we're going to rotate to top. The defense is rolling in very rapidly. SK trying to go in here on Syndrome. Burrow Strike is barely missing him there, popping straight into the Sandstorm to prevent him from pushing down this creep wave. But reinforcements are rolling in. Smoke too, or at least Lina's smoked, or just has an invisibility ward rather. Very wisely, SK elects to back off. Has that Epicenter, however, can do a lot of damage, but we have to be careful of Rubik, who is perfectly capable of sealing it straight out of his hands, which is pretty much the last thing you want to do. The team of CLG are pushing their way towards this tier 1 tower over in the middle lane, and they might get it. Are mTw going to elect to go for a trade, or are they just going to push forth, or are they going to return and defend? It seems the answer is pushing forth, taking down this tier 1 tower. However, they're going to have to do something about CLG very soon. They're continuing to push. They have no reason to stop. Night Stalker working his way towards a BKB almost immediately. Drums of War in hand for the Invoker. TBs are coming in. They don't want to let them get this tier 2. The tier 1 tower has taken a fall. Tornado to fly out. Lina just barely dodging that. EMP to fly out just as they're TPing in. But it doesn't get anyone. The TPs are a little bit late. Timed a little bit wrong there. Would have been very bad for mTw if that EMP did land as soon as they TP'd in. But alas, it was not the case. 3100 in the bank for the bear, getting very close to that Sacred Relic to of course turn into that Radiance. Not going to get Phase Boots or Buckler on the bear just yet. It seems we're going to go for that later. Brewmaster having Phase Boots, 1000 in the bank. What about taking a little bit of damage, but it should ultimately be fine. I'm stumbling over a lot of words today. I have no idea why. It's a little bit annoying. I just keep doing this. Suddenly I'm talking and then I don't know what it is. I hate it. That's about all I can say about it, that I absolutely hate it. The cost has to be a little bit careful. Delving deep in the jungle, 2 braces, she's a happy Enchantress, is going to back off before death rolls in, which it is doing indeed. Night Stalker still working his way towards a BKB, hasn't changed at all. We have Miracle and Nikwa hiding in position. The phone rings once again, it just keeps going off today. It's incredibly annoying. I'm not sure if you can hear that actually. I've got a good microphone, but it still picks up mouse clicks and keyboard strokes, which is pretty annoying. CLG pushing their way towards the tier 1 tower at top. It is the creep wave getting absolutely obliterated here. We're continuing to push forward, and there are no reinforcements here. Syndron is moving in, working his way towards the Vanguard as well. However, him alone will not be enough, but TPs are rolling in. Edict doing a big chunk of damage, and no fortification as well. Miracle barely escaping from the Light Strike array. And after CLG doing a nice chunk of damage, they are just going to walk away. mTw are unable to catch up to them. Miracle is going to TP out. Are we going to see a stun in time? We will not. One right click, but it's not enough. No Reality Rift, no Chaos Bolt. And Enchantress just took up a kill over on the bottom lane on the poor bear. Did he pick up his Sacred Relic? No, he didn't. That's one sad bear. He had almost enough money for it. That kill probably brought him just under. I mean, he was probably just under, and now he's considerably under. Now needs to work his way up 700 gold. Is that bird? That's awesome. Enough getting distracted by things that have been in the game for ages. I just thought that was cool. Oh well. mTw moving into reinforce. They don't want to let them secure this tier 2 tower. All their tier 2 towers are currently standing, and there's no reason for them to let that change. Soksha has to be a little bit careful though. Doesn't want to get caught out, especially with CLG suddenly buggering off into the jungle. Tier 2 tower at bottom successfully defended, but the top lane, middle lane has a nice bit of momentum, and this tower is very weak. Same can be said for the tier 2 tower at top. I continue to stumble on my words, which is horrible. CLG looking like they want Roshan, actually. Relatively early Roshan, we're going straight for it indeed. However, I think mTw are aware we have Kabat Veteran out, and this could be his death very rapidly. And CLG unable to take down Roshan, but he is going to get caught out. Tornado just barely missing it. Is going to use a haste rune to rapidly run away. What does he steal? He steals a Tornado straight back from the Invoker. Roshan being brought down a little bit, not enough for either side to take down at a relatively short fashion, however. Wants to go down, going to see exactly where everyone is. Unable to utilize this double damage that Brewmaster has secured as well, which is a little bit unfortunate, but oh well. Chaos Knight still working his way towards a Vanguard, needing about 400 or 500 more before he gets that Vitality booster. Rubik looks like he wants a Bracer, possibly turn those into a Drums of War. We will have to wait and see. Maybe Brewmaster will elect again. Looks like Brewmaster's going straight for a Blink Dagger, actually. However, the Spirit Bear, or rather the Lone Druid, has finally almost got himself enough money for that Sacred Relic, just needing under 200 more, in fact, just about 100 as of this very moment. Looking over at the team of CLG, we have SK just having a Buckler, might maybe turn it into a Vanguard, we'll have to wait and see. And Dust to go out, looks like we want to get a gank, but it does immediately get cancelled here by the SK. Actually, I think the animation is just bugged. Yes, indeed, it is bugged. Nightstalk getting ever so close to his BKB, not far away indeed, and the bear is about to get caught out once again. He's so close to his Sacred Relic. Actually, he just bought it, so he's fine. He's fine. Or at least he bought something. Cold Snap to go down, gonna force stuff ahead, and Funzy is dead. I think the Courier has it. Yes, indeed. Oh, at least he spent his money before the gank rolled in, which is the pretty crucial and vital part. Very, very lucky. Very, very happy. So it's not that big of a death. Tier 2 tower takes a fall over the middle lane. CLG looking very strong and continuing to push mTw to the brink, but they look to be going for a trade. Maybe not. We're going to TP back and see if we can defend this tier 3. It's not going to be worth it if it does get taken down. A lot of damage has been sustained on it already. Fortification has been dropped. SK just secured himself a Blink Dagger. Looking at the gold, a 3k advantage for the team of CLG and closing in on 5k in the XP department. CLG continuing to rocket ahead, and we're just going to rotate to the tier 2 at top. It's very low in HP, it would be easy to take down. We have no fortification, so one Diabolic Edict, here it comes, and that tower dies. Tornadoes coming out on both sides getting lifted up just a little bit, and neither one able to engage because it was a dual tornado. Counter tornadoes, ladies and gentlemen. How fantastic is that? Chaos Knight finally secured himself that Vanguard. He's a relatively happy CK. Of course, a Sacred Relic in hand on the bear. Actually, in hand for the Lone Druid, not currently on the bear. Not something you see every day. mTw pushing out this middle lane, but CLG are here as well. Are they going to go for Roshan again? I'm going to guess no. The big chunk of mTw's team is here. We have the split currently off cooldown and a Blink Dagger in hand for the Brewmaster. Tornado to fly out, checking for Roshan. No one is here indeed. He's regen back to full as well. And both sides sort of unifying along this middle lane. Who's going to push in first, however? We'll have to wait and see. mTw want a bit of revenge after CLG have taken so many of their tier 2 towers. They want to try and take one of their tier 2 towers. They are all still standing. And Syndrome's about to find himself caught out. Void to land down, Silence to follow, Burrow Strike, Blink to Burrow Strike to come down. Impede's doing a nice chunk of damage. Split Earth, and Syndrome dies, pushing himself way too far forward when reinforcements were not here. However, Pycat might find himself caught out, but he 4-staffs into the trees, and this will allow him to TP out to safety. Easy peasy. And after picking up that kill on the Chaos Knight, it seems CLG are going to elect to attempt Roshan once again. Now this is smart. We're using the Tornado to scout, which not only does damage, but it's invincible. It can't be stopped, it can't be killed, so we don't need to worry about someone dying in a flash when we start scouting out for Roshan. So this is really freaking smart, using this Tornado. Cold Snap landing in on Roshan, trying to burst it down as quickly as possible. Poor guy. He just gets killed over and over again.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Nocturnality.
Dire have secured the kill on the Roshan, with the Aegis of the Immortal being picked up by the Night Stalker, who also has a BKB. So all of a sudden, he's going to be an unstoppable wrecking machine that you have to kill twice, and you also can't stun him. How horrible is that? Well, it's pretty horrible. Toshley getting a bit of free farm out top. CLG looks like they want to do something about it, but he's going to rapidly TP out before any death can roll in. mTw are right now struggling to even take a tier 2 tower. CLG just seem to be all over the place. Whenever they decide to group up and push, all of a sudden CLG are about to take a tier 3. Or every single time they decide to scout out and look for a hero, one of their heroes gets caught out and immediately gets popped by CLG. They're not having the greatest time, mTw, currently. But they're holding on strong. Right now, both sides just sitting back and farming ever so slightly, trying to get up those last hits. mTw especially, and it seems we're going to unify at this middle lane. We're going to try and push it out and secure this tier 2 tower. Once again, mTw really want to take a tower, really want to take a tier 2 tower. Well, you pretty much always want to take towers, don't you? This is how this game works, isn't it? Yes, indeed. God damn it. We're pushing in towards this middle tower, and defense isn't here, but CLG are looking to move in. Are they just going to let them take it? However, the reinforcements have already rolled in, and in comes the engagement. Straight to the epicenter, Burrow Strike to land down as well, but it all gets absorbed by Funzy. A lot of damage to come out. Burrow Strike to follow. Getting lifted in the air. Leshrac is also very low on HP. The tower gets taken down. Buybacks coming in for the SK. mTw taking a lot of damage. A Split Earth to come down as well. However, mTw doing very well in this fight. He's lifted in the air. Burrow Strike to come down. Picking up 2 heroes here. 4-second stun to come down. Trying to force off his way to safety. Pycat trying to run away at this very moment. Deafening Blast to fly out. Picking up 2 heroes. And a nice Thunderclap to come down. But a Burrow Strike to follow. Was that from the Rubik? It was indeed from the Rubik. I'm trying to see who will come out ahead. The Aegis of the Immortal is used. Effing Mad survives, but the Urn Charge might be enough. He will just barely survive with 16 HP. SK moving in. A fantastic Burrow Strike to come down. Entangled to land down there on the Night Stalker. SK takes a fall. Tornado to fly out. Getting dodged by a couple of heroes. And Mitch will be able to successfully escape. Very nice engagement for mTw. They picked up several kills, and don't forget the buyback that SK had. Is that the only buyback we had? I'm pretty sure it was. Also, my team fight commentary was so sloppy then. It's sad. I don't know what it is, but it's sad. I'll just say that much. And we've also finally secured a tier 1, tier 2 tower for the team of mTw. No doubt happy about that, and they won a team fight. However, they have been forced to back off and lick their wounds, unable to maybe pressure another tower. I was going to say take down Roshan, but Roshan got taken down a few moments ago by the team of CLG. Night Stalker looking to work his way towards an Aghanim Scepter next, wants that unobstructed vision in the nighttime, while Invoker works his way towards a Sheepstick. Taking a look over at Miracle, who do we have? We're working our way towards a Bloodstone. Soul Booster is about to be secured. Already having enough money for that mana booster, energy booster rather. SK having the blink, he's no doubt happy about that. That was the weirdest noise. Really weird noise, like slapping someone in the face. Enchantress, Mechanism, already has a heal as well, so we're going to have a lot of healing to come out of her. Kebab just having 2 braces and some arcane boots. Lena working her way towards Drums of War. We have Vanguard, still just a Vanguard for the CK. Hasn't gotten anything else just yet and only has 600 in the bank. Brewmaster has a nice amount. Blink Dagger, Regen Rune, which is always nice, and Phase Boots. And we saw the blink to the Thunderclap before. Fantastic done. Tornado to come in, EMP to follow, and all of a sudden, all of Funzy's mana has disappeared. And Soksha, but the mana boots are going to bring that up relatively safe. The entire team of CLG are here and waiting for a kill, and we're going to move in. This is bad positioning for mTw. Thunderclap to go down, BKB pops almost immediately, blinking away the split to come down. Nightstalker doing lots of damage to the Lone Druid as much as he can. Laguna Blade to fly out, Entangle as well as a 4-second stun. Leshrac instantly takes a fall, Burrow Strike to land down on there on Mitch, and now the damage is going to start being dealt. Reality Rift to come down, but Burrow Strike and Epicenter doing heaps of damage to everyone nearby. Entangle to come down, EMP as well, and all of the mana of mTw has suddenly disappeared, and now the damage is being dealt. Funzy takes a fall, Dust of Appearance goes out. Soksha is going to try and TP out. Will he be able to make it? No is the answer. He gets stunned there. Rubik takes a fall, and now every single member of mTw are about to fall. Cold Snap to go down. 5-0. I think it's a good engagement. Actually, I think... No, Leshrac took a fall. That's right. And this is going to be an easy tier 2. It might even be a barracks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Easiest tier 2 of their life. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to get the barracks, but there's no reason for them to stop. They should be able to take the tier 3 tower, possibly pick up another kill. Reinforcements are rolling in already. The team of mTw definitely don't want to let them get a hold of this. They're taking one of their own creeps. That's cute. Fortification is going to go down. Effing Mad going to pull the creep wave away. Light Strike away as well to go down. Fade Bolt 2. And bad commentaries abound. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. My brain's just... It refuses to function as of this moment. For example, I have no idea what he's building with a Helm of Iron Will and that mantelpiece. I don't know. I wish... Didn't it used to show all the parts? No, it doesn't. Oh, God. I've been looking at the past few moments trying to figure out what he's building, and I still don't know. I'm not going to be building a Blade Whale. Drums? No. I know what builds into drums, goddammit. Iron Will, what is that? Oh, Veil of Discord. Obviously. That's what you get as SK. Brain is not that happy today. Cannot explain why, but Brain is not that happy. Brain, why you do this? Maybe the coffee's worn out. I'm just having that caffeine dip. Or whatever term you want to use to call it. mTw currently just sitting back, not wanting to push, and they can't really do so either. They're currently very behind. If we look over at the gold, 7.5k advantage, and closing in on, what would you say, 15k in the XP department, all for CLG. They're very far behind, and as a result, mTw are just electing to sit back. They're going to turtle. They're going to try and, well, possibly pick up some easy kills whenever they can, but for the most part, just farm their way to great victory. Which I really hope it doesn't turn into a boring turtle. I'm really hoping, because my commentary is sloppy already. How am I meant to commentate a turtle when I can't even do a really basic team fight? I have no idea. Radiant secured here by the Spirit Bear. Just going to... This is nice farming, actually. Spirit Bear in the lane. We'll have Lone Druid in the jungle. He can farm up twice as fast. What is his gold per minute? What is the hotkey for it? I cannot remember. Here it is. 384 currently for the Lone Druid. Invoker is, however, rocking really far ahead. 442 for him. Roshan has not returned yet. It'll be about 2.5 minutes or so. mTw looking to take the tier 2 tower over at bottom. CLG nowhere to be found. We're just sort of scattered about as of this moment. Both sides farming it up. 3,600 in the bank for the Invoker. Looks like he just wants to outright buy the rest of his Scythe of Vice. And now the tier 2 tower is being pressured. Bear being sent out ahead to do a little bit of scouting, it seems. Fortification to go out. Will it be enough? CLG are moving in. Nighttime has been brought down. The Burrow Strike to come down. Link as well as a Thunderclap. The BKB has been popped off. Tornado to fly through as well. The EMP. All of the mana has been dropped down. Meteor to fly down as well. Kebab getting very low in HP. Dragon Slave to fly out. Syndra takes a fall. Almost immediately, the split has come out, trying to do as much damage as possible. The Sprite's healing everyone up. Laguna Blade immediately doing a big chunk of damage to Mitch. Chasing currently on Funzy, but he does take a fall. Kebab very low as well. The Impede is doing too much damage to the Lena, and she does take another fall. They take a tower. They took a kill. I'm sure they're relatively happy with that. Not the greatest of engagements, however. But after that little victory, CLG seems like they want to secure themselves a tower. they could possibly push through, try and take out this tier 3, which is still standing. Or they might just sit back and farm. Just make sure they don't get behind mTw in the farm department. Scythe of Vice being secured by the Invoker was indeed bought outright. I'm not sure if we saw it in that last fight. If he bought it before or after. He was walking straight to the secret shop. I think he did have the funds for it. Leshrac working his way towards the BKB, already having the Bloodstone and 6 charges in hand. Brewmaster looks like he wants to go for an Aghanim, so obviously going for an Aghanims. If you have a point booster and you have an Ogre Club, chances are you're going for an Aghanims. mTw have all returned. No towers taking as a result of it was sort of even. They got a tower, but they took 2 deaths as a result. So I'd say it was about 50-50 in that last team fight. Invisibility here to be secured by the Brewmaster, and this is going to allow him to hopefully get in nice positions. He already has a Blink Dagger, which allows for fantastic positioning, as we've seen time and time again. Fucking Mag could possibly get caught out. Tornado to fly out, picking her straight in the air. Split Earth to follow, as well as a Hex, and she is so dead. Extinguished indeed, Lena. The engagement is going to happen. We're pushing in forward. Soksha being caught out, unable to split. But in comes the Thunderclap, going to try and walk out. Mech Charge to fly out. A nice Barrow Strike to come in from the Rubik, and the Epicenter doing heaps of damage to everyone that's nearby. Syndra taking a Knife Tongue, definitely Blast to fly out. But the counter Epicenter to come out of Kabap, not quite as effective as the SK is blinking in once again. 2 seconds stun to land there on the SK, is not going to be able to get out, but the CK takes an immediate fall. And it looks like Shoksha's going to take a fall as well. Negative Urn Charge to fly out. We do have the ulti to come out for the Night Stalker if he really wants to get that kill, which he does indeed. Tornado to fly out. He is going to blink his way to safety. Bear trying to do what he can. Kabap has to be a little bit careful. And Soksha unable to get away from Mitch. Going to beat him down. Funzy wants revenge, however, but the speed on the Night Stalker is too much, but the telekinesis comes in. This will be an easy pickup for him. BKB to come out, Void to land as well. And the Sunstrike's going to pick up a kill on Kabap. Easy peasy. He's still alive. One more right click will do it. He does finally take a fall. However, Mitch is looking like he's going to pay for it. Funzy is unable to stand up against him, but he's a lot faster than the Bear. And as a result, Laguna Blade to come in. The damage is still not enough, but the burn might be. One more right-click, Dragon Slave missing completely. 20 HP, and finally the Radiance Burn takes a kill there on the Night Stalker. Funzy very happy with himself right there, avenging the death of his teammates, and making that a relatively even exchange of affairs. Split Earth to get caught on fucking mad. We're going to have the Sunstrike and a Hex land down as well, and popping once again in almost the exact same location. I'm feeling really sorry for Prize Hajija. I'm guessing the name's changed. 8 deaths thus far. Not having a great time. It's Syndran is, however, having an equally awful time. And it's even worse for Syndran because he's a hero that needs to be getting farmed, needs to be getting those kills, not dying horribly. For Lena, it's not too bad because she's a support hero. If she gets a few kills, it's better that she dies and someone like Syndran dies, but both of them have died a lot. Neither one having a particularly great time. Invoker has yet to take a single fall. 5-0 thus far. And this is going to be a very easy Roshan for the team of CLG. But mTw want to contest it. The split to come in, Mechanism to come out, Tornado going to fly in from Pycat, and EMP going to drain the mana of everyone that's nearby. The conversions, or the split trying to do as much damage as they can. The Pulse Nova obliterating everything that's nearby. And they might be able to take Roshan for themselves by looking at it. The Epicenter comes in, a big chunk of damage. It gets stolen by Rubik. Rubik immediately takes a fall before he can utilize it. CLG moving in once again, not going to let them get Roshan. Nikwa taking a lot of HP damage, and Miracle taking so much, but immediately gets popped by the Dragon Staff and the Laguna Blade. But the Lone Druid takes a fall as well. Cold Snap to come in on Syndra. Going to try and TP out, but the damage is too much for him to handle. And CLG are going to take up Roshan. However, we have the Brewmaster being caught out, immediately blinking out before the Burrow Strike can land in. And Soksha will be safe, but Roshan will not, and will secure the Aegis of the Immortal for the second time for CLG. And we've seen how tanky Night Stalker is. He takes forever to kill, but we don't see the Aegis of the Immortal secured by him. Instead, the Invoker's going to pick it up. Maybe that's a better idea. Night Stalker's died a few times. Who hasn't died once? Invoker. And no doubt, as a result, he's going to have a big bounty on his head, and mTw will want to focus him down to get that gold out. Now that he has the Aegis, it's going to be even more difficult for them to do. Veil of Discord in hand for the SK. The Enchantress, Drums of War, Braces, of course, a glorious Mechanism. CLG looking to take this tier 3 tower, but reinforcements have already rolled in. We want to protect it. We don't want to let them take this down. Rock and Haze to fly out there. No engagement going to happen for either side. However, we have a spell stolen. What is it? taking the Forge Spirits, which is very nice indeed, actually. Bit of counter pushing as well as a nice bit of damage. Each one of those Forge Spirits doing 56 damage, and there's 2 of them. 2 times 56. Do you know maths? I do. 112, idiots. But they're immediately going to get taken down, give a little bit of free farm. They have quite a nice bounty on them. 41 gold, I believe, for that. mTw doing what they can to defend, and they're doing a good job thus far. CLG are unable to push in on any of these tier 3 towers. The positioning of mTw is just a little bit too good right now. Lone Druid looks to be working his way, has a Vlad's, and looks to next be working his way towards a, oh god, my brain just farted, an Assault Curious. Yes, indeed. Of course, we have the Radiance on the bear, as you do. Night Stalker having Aghanim Scepter in hand, looking over at the Leshrac. He's very close. In fact, he has enough for his BKB, has just secured the recipe for it. And as a result, now you're going to have 2 magical immune heroes, which is no doubt going to be pretty tough for mTw in the next fight. Especially considering that they have that freaking Aegis on the Invoker. Now, your mana's just going to get drained again and again when he comes straight back into the fight. Don't forget the Sheep Stick to come out of him, the Cold Snap, a lot of versatility, a lot of utility to come out of that Invoker. And it'll be difficult to kill to boot. Force Staff to be secured here by the Rubik. And what have we bought? We have just bought some boots. Okay. I'm actually somewhat surprised we don't have phase boots on the bear. Speaking of the bear, where the hell is it? It's down in the bottom lane. Hyperstone, indeed, in his hand, and the Radiance. No boots, however. If he had phase boots, he'd be able to chase a lot more effectively, a lot more easily. It's also very easy because the bear will pass through you when the phase boots are active, so you don't have to move yourself out of the way to let your bear start moving ahead. It's very nice. An entire 5-man smoke gank to come out of CLG. Actually, SK is the only one that's not smoked. I'm going to guess that he's going to be the bait. And with the wards being here, they get spotted immediately walking straight past the sentry, so they know that the smoke gank is coming, and as a result, they are going to back off, rotate to the top lane, push this out. The bear going to get caught out is just going to be actually unable to TP, but will just be recreated. Doesn't get recreated in time, however, giving 100 gold bounty to the team of CLG. Did that actually get recreated? Hang on a second, where's the bear? Oh, there it is. So it did get recreated just a little bit too late. I thought maybe it was on cooldown. It was not the case. CLG, once again, wanting to make use of the Aegis of the Immortal, want to try and take down this tier 3 tower. But they have to be careful. mTw really have great positioning right now. On the high ground, they have the tower here to bolster, sending the Forge Spirits out to do a bit of scouting. Dragon Slave going to nuke the creep wave almost immediately. Tornado to fly out, MP to follow. Ah, oh, poor Syndra. Now all of his mana's gone, but the mana boots bring him back straight to full mana health, if you want to call it that. CLG looking for the engagement, Alacrity to go down on the Invoker, but they're just not finding it. mTw have got this entrance closed down tight. And if CLG want to take a tier 3, they need to bring mTw out of their base, and they need to get a kill on at least 1 or 2 of their heroes, and they need to capitalize on that really quickly. Or else the heroes are going to return and mTw are going to return to defending like we can see right here. I tell you what, mTw do a fantastic job at defending. There have been a lot of games where they've been managing to hold out for far longer than they should. Split Earth to be secured here by the Rubik. This is really good because the split... Wait, that's Edict. Yeah, no, it's Split Earth. The Split Earth... Wait a second. They look so similar. I'd never realized this, how similar they look. Smoke gank going to come out. mTw venturing out of their base for the first time. They want to try and pick up a kill. mTw doing exactly what they need to do, and they're going to find the cost. 2-second stun, Reality Rift to come down, Blink to Thunderclap, and the Dragon Slave and the Light Strike Array. She immediately gets bursted down, and mTw doing exactly what they need to do to try and bring themselves back in this game. Find easy kills, kill them, get the gold, get the XP, deny the gold and the XP from them, and so on and so forth. And with one member of CLG being dead, they cannot engage, and as a result, they're going to take this opportunity to venture into the jungle and farm as much as they can for the next couple of moments. Miracle are echoing this as well. They're doing the exact same thing, farming their way to great justice, hopefully. SK looks to be working his way towards Shiva's, I'm going to guess. Yes, indeed. Assault Curious would be a bit weird on SK. It's not something I'd expect to see, so it must be a Shiva's. Night Stalker having 3,500 in the bank. As to what he wants to pick up next, well, there's a lot available. Lina popping once again and melting immediately here to Pycat over at the bottom lane. What is this, Lina's 9th death? Yep, her 9th death. Poor effing Mad. He could possibly be a little bit mad. As the name, well, the name implies that he's in a perpetual state of mad. As to whether or not that's the case, I have no idea. We're not here to discuss how mad effing Mad might be. We're here to talk Dota. And Nightstalker could find himself caught out if he's a little bit uncareful. Uncareful? Is that really a word? Come on, man. Think of better words, Toshley. Ah. Pycat venturing forth into the jungle. Looking for some potential easy gold. Are we going to find it? However, Soksha is not too far away, but he's a tanky individual indeed. CLG looking to try and secure the tier 3 tower over in the middle lane, and as a result, mTw immediately going back and unifying, solidifying, fortifying, and so on and so forthifying to try and defend this for as long as possible. Even if they lose, they will have a fantastic time ranking for them. BKB to be secured by Syndra. Finally, some items coming up on him. Creep Wave immediately gets nuked. Tornado to fly, do a little bit of damage, but ultimately be behind. Cold Snap to land that on the bear, try and do as much damage to it as possible. Counter Split Earth to come out as well. Syndra definitely happy about having that BKB. He's been getting bursted down by the spell damage all day. He's no doubt happy to finally secure that for himself. It looks like the Shrek wants to work his way towards the Shivas as well. SK currently having 1200 in the bank. Oh yeah, we already covered what he's going for. Shivas. How is the bear looking, however? Where is that bloody bear? Hello, Funzy. What do you where is your bear? Ah, it's down the bottom, farming as the bear does. This is mTw's current grand strategy as of this moment. They'll use the bear to farm safely, and will pretty much stay back, play it safe, try and defend as best as we can. Effing Mad going to look out for any potential death and place a couple of wards down as well. If he takes a fall, it's not all that bad. It's not as bad as one of the other members of mTw taking a fall, such as Syndra or Soksha, because they're very vital in team fights. We're right now just rotating around the jungle, farming it up as a team, doing what they do best. Trying to get as much gold as possible. 1500 in the bank. We have the Assault Curious secured here by the Lone Druid. What does he want to go for next, however? And someone's going to have to roll in to defend this top tower, and in comes Kabap, immediately going to wipe out this creep wave with the use of that Fade Bolt and the Split Earth. Maybe just a Fade Bolt. Who cares about Split Earth? Counterwarding to go down in preparation for Roshan, who's going to be up within the next couple of minutes. CLG unifying towards this middle lane once again. It seems... Are we going to go straight for Roshan? Roshan, it'll be a while before he returns. Or it'll be 2 minutes, as I covered a few moments ago. The Spirit Bear looks like he's going to be taken down. Lone Druid will be able to recreate it. In fact, he does so immediately. Doesn't even give them the opportunity to try and bring it down. CLG are looking to be pushing out this middle lane, and if it fails, we'll take down Roshan. Or maybe we're just going to sit by and wait for Roshan. In the meantime, Pause has been coming out of Pycat. Hopefully it won't be for too long, because pauses suck. Let's be honest here. Roshan, there's actually still a good amount of time to come out of Roshan, so we're getting here awfully early. We're going to be waiting here for a good amount of time. This is going to allow mTw to just free farm, which is pretty much their grand strategy as of this moment. We're trying to get as much farm on that Lone Druid as possible, especially since he can safely farm and not have to worry about dying. Every other member of mTw has to be cautious when farming, because if CLG could easily kill any single member of mTw, especially if they're on their own. But the Lone Druid can use the Radiance on that bear to pretty much AFK farm. He could just set routes around the jungle, queue up movement, and then just wait, and then suddenly the gold starts raking in. We are going to have a resume. It will not be a long pause. It will be a glorious short one. The best kind of pause. Really the only type of pause that should ever happen. And this is very smart. We're venturing into the pit. Smoke to come out. SK not... Okay, it's just bugged. He is smoked. And mTw have to be careful. They don't want to get caught out here. Nighttime is being brought down. And CLG are moving in. Not the best positioning currently from mTw. Kabap immediately gets popped down, trying to force off his way out. BKB coming out on both heroes. Phantasm to come down as well. Who does more right-click damage? Deafening Blast to fly out. We have the Edict and the Ensnare to come in on poor Miracle. While the Pulse Nova is doing a nice chunk of damage. The damage is not enough. Silence to land down there on Pycat. So no Chaos Bolt, no Reality Rift. Tornado lifting one of the Forge Spirits. That was a misclick. Forge Spirit being brought into the air. Pycat currently running after his poor Syndra, and Syndra is going to be taken down easy peasy. 3 pickups. But the Epicenter comes out, not picking up anyone actually. No one's nearby. They're coming out anyway. But the stun coming in just a fraction of a second before the Brewmaster manages to TP out, and in comes a right-click damage. However, the Brewmaster is a tanky individual, and as a result, Nightstalker will not be able to rapidly burst him down. He can just walk it off, easy peasy, especially with the use of those phase boots. And as a result, after that winning that team fight, CLG are just going to be able to rotate to Roshan and take the easiest Roshan they've ever had. So what the hell were those creeps doing? I'm going to guess someone was there and TPing out. And the Aegis of the Immortal and Cheese is going to be secure. The third Aegis of the Immortal for the team of CLG and their first Cheese. They're definitely feeling pretty good about themselves as of this moment. Roshan takes a fall. Invoker picks up the Aegis of the Immortal for a second time with the Cheese going straight into the hands of the Night Stalker. And Monkey King Bar being picked up for the Invoker. This will be very handy against that frickin' Brewmaster, who's no doubt annoying as hell. With of course that Drunken Haze, which increases a mischance. It's 75%, I think. 75% at max rank. Currently rank 3, which is 65%. Still very annoying, but the Monkey King Bar negates that completely. Nightstalker having his Assault Curious within his claws, and they changed the attack sound for him, didn't they? It's definitely a little bit different. Nighttime to fly out because, hey, why not? Use it every single time it's off cooldown. There's no reason not to. SK still working his way towards a Shiva's, 2400 in the bank as of this moment. Who else did we say was going for a Shiva's? Yes, Leshrac, who currently has 1200, a little bit less. But he has a BKB, he has a Bloodstone, he's very happy with himself as of this moment. Once again, CLG unifying in this middle lane, they just refuse to push anything but mid. They want to take this tier 3. I feel they would have more luck if they tried taking the top or possibly bottom. Bottom would be more likely because the tower's already been brought to half HP. The Fade Bolt's going to eliminate everything that's nearby and completely halter the pushing power. The pushing power of the CLG, of the Creep Wave rather, because of the reduction in damage. The CLG are going to move in, or are we? mTw once again just holding the line, holding their position. They're not going to give CLG the engagement that they want. They're going to have to force CLG onto the high ground. Tornado to fly out, just picking up the Lina, but she'll be fine. Taking a little bit of damage, using a magic wand once again to heal herself back to complete health. And Rubik has secured himself the Forged Spirits yet again. And they do a nice chunk of damage. There will be some nice counter pushing. It'll be very nice indeed. Thunderclap going down for some unknown reason. And who's going to go push forward first? We have the Forged Spirits venturing out. Enchantress actually stealing one of them. Split Elves go down, Lightning Storm as well. We're trying to push, but CLG do not want to push themselves forward, but maybe they will go off on this Tornado. They will not indeed. No EMP to follow either. The tower is taking damage. Fortification has been dropped, and I think mTw might press the issue. Nope, they're just gonna stay back. Cold Snap to land there on the Bear. Split Earth to follow, and the Bear rapidly gets bursted down, but it gets recreated almost immediately. BKB to go off on both Pycat, both Miracle and Syndra, 4-second stun land on the SK. No epicenter for you. He immediately gets right-clicked down, and Miracle's next on the list. Want to stop that freaking annoying Pulse Nova as fast as possible. The Splitters come down, cold wall to fly out as well. Invoker being picked up in the air. The Leshrac takes a fall, and the Enchantress looks like to be the next on the list. Getting bursted down very rapidly, but a nice Tornado comes down. Not enough, however, the sprites are immune to it. Stun to fly out, Link to Thunderclap. And the Cloth will take a fall, but Soksha trying to TP out as fast as he can. Counter Tornado to fly out, allowing her to escape. Kabaf is caught way out of position, however, wants to try and kill off the cost, but the damage is not enough. But he's still going for it. He's willing to sacrifice himself and does pick up the kill, but Lacoste will not be able to escape from this. Kabaf, rather, will not be able to escape from this, and Rubik does take a fall. The fight is still going on. We have the Blink. The SK is back once again. He's used his Epicenter, but I didn't see it go off. It didn't seem it was not devastating. Effing Mad, very low on HP. Void going to land out on her, but the damage will not be enough, and Mitch is going to try and run himself to safety. See if we can get an Entangle. 1 hit, no Entangle. 2 hit, the Blink to Thunderclap once again. The BKB is going to go off. No Entangle for you. But we are still going to continue to pursue and try and deal as much damage as possible to him. The Radiance might actually be enough. We have slowed down by the Drunken Haze. A few more right clicks, no Entangle once again. The Blink to Thunderclap, and immediately the tides have turned. Look at this, 2 for the entire team of CLG, almost the entire team. SK bought back. Leshrac, did he actually die or is he just respawn? I'm going to guess he managed to survive. I swear Leshrac took a fall. Yeah, Leshrac took a fall, so a massive victory for mTw, and this is going to be a tier 3. Suddenly, when they looked like they were in a pretty bad situation, they've suddenly brought it back. Miracle just doing what he can do as of this moment, and that's just farm. He can't take on this force. The mid tower and barracks has taken a fall, and they're going to rotate to bottom. CLG are moving in to try and stop this as best they can. The tier 3 tower takes a fall. Impede is doing a big chunk of damage to Soksha. Split Earth to follow. Soksha will take a fall. There's no split to come out of him. He doesn't have the mana for it, and he does take a fall. The bear decides to back off. The blink to Burrow Strike comes in. Not enough, however, using the... He's pretty freaking fast with those boots. And the bear not getting an entangle, and we might see a Burrow Strike within the next couple of moments. Sunstrike to fly out, got to do a bit of damage to Funzy, but not really going to care about it at all. The bear will get taken down, however. 100 gold bounty for the team of CLG. It does, however, get immediately recreated. One thing I'm a little bit disappointed by is Funzy's not recreating the bear before it dies. I think we're seeing 2 or 3 times where he recreated the bear after it took a fall. Which is a bit silly because it's giving free experience and free gold to the team of CLG. While it's a very small amount, every little bit counts, every little bit matters. Once again, mTw just backing off to the base, going to use this bear to AFK farm, easy peasy. But they secure themselves a nice victory. Middle barracks has taken a fall. Actually having a Mjolnir on that bear. Or rather, that's a Maelstrom, right? Going to build that into a Mjolnir. Yes, indeed, we have that other Hyperstone. The bear is getting farmed up, folks. If we look at the gold, there's still a considerable advantage for the team of CLG. 10,000, and in the XP department, we have a 20k advantage for CLG. While mTw are definitely doing a fantastic job with the disadvantage that they have, they still have not been able to grasp back that, claim that lead back from the team of Logic Gaming. They're just holding on to it too strong, too firmly. They do not want to let mTw get a hold of it, but they're responding to this in a really good way. They're playing it safe, they're defending fantastically and valiantly, and they're farming their way to great victory, as you do in the game of Dota. Full stuff in hand with the Lina, placing wards in their own jungle because they have to be careful. The team of CLG can be absolutely anywhere at any moment and completely dish in death. And it's definitely not something you want to have fall in your head. Mjolnir in hand for the Spirit Bear. Unable to use its use effect, but I don't think the bear cares at all. And the bear is also working its way towards a Monkey King bar by the looks of it. Or possibly is that going to a Skull Basher? Actually, yeah, Skull Basher would make more sense. Tornado to fly out. Not going to catch anyone. Actually, it does get caught out on Soksha. He's just going to blink away to safety, however. Has to be careful, though. Currently looking for him, and he does get caught out because of the unimpeded vision. He is unable to blink out, and it looks like we're going to have to force an engagement here. SK moving in, immediately getting picked up. No 8% for you, and Miracle immediately getting bursted down, unable to utilize all of the AoE damage to dish out of that Leshrac. 2 easy pickups, trading it for 1. And mTw are hungry for more. Tornado to fly out. It's going to stop their pursuit. A fantastic tornado indeed. But they're going to keep going for it. They want to find a kill, and there is another ice wall down here, which means no way. Syndra's like, oh, Jesus, it's so slow. I can't handle this. And as a result, they are forced to retreat. Very nicely done by the Invoker. Could have potentially been more kills for mTw. For the use of the Tornado, fantastic Tornado, and the ice wall. Brought it all back. Roshan is 2 minutes and 50 seconds, roughly, from respawning once again, and this is where the next big fight will be. But after that little victory, mTw electing to try and push out the lanes as much as they possibly can. Try and take down a tier 2 tower still stands. I thought all the exterior towers for CLG had been removed from the map, but it seems it's not the case, and the bear will be able to make short work of this. Lacoste wants to see if she can defend, but I don't think Enchantress will be able to do the damage or deal the stopping power that would be needed to stop a friggin' Spirit Bear. However, they achieved, and I have a feeling what they intended to do, and that was just scare the bear off, which they successfully did. Funzy doesn't want to stay too far ahead, but if he gets taken down, it will be a long time before he returns. And mTw would not be able to contest Roshan without that bear, considering the bear has so many items, so much everything. He's a happy bear, 285 last hits. mTw once again just staying it safe, sitting back, getting a little bit of farm. Forge Spirits at AFK farm the Ancient Camp because they're pretty friggin' strong, they're pretty friggin' tanky. And we've transitioned into, actually, we're level 25 on the Invoke. We haven't transitioned into everything. At level 25, you can just do whatever the hell you want. All spells at maximum effectiveness, folks. mTw still looking for easy kills in their jungle, none to be found, however. Or maybe they're just still farming it up. Rubik looks like he's going to be working his way towards a BKB. Why not? We've got all this excess money that we don't know how to spend. Reality Rift to go down on a creep, actually not successfully landing, so the cooldown was not used. I'm going to try and push out this middle lane. Give this mega creep wave a nice bit of momentum. Which is very smart because it forces CLG back, and with Roshan returning to the game soon, they might be able to get the jump on it. Maybe they can distract them with this creep wave, but it's unlikely that's going to be the case because it was cleaned up pretty quickly. At this stage of the game, with everyone level 25, mega creeps aren't really much of an issue. And here's where the next big fight will unfold. The Pit of Roshan. He's returned to the game. He has Cheese. He has the Aegis. CLG have secured it for themselves 3 times in a row. Are mTw going to let them have it for the 4th time? Observer Ward's out, but this is for CLG. But mTw would no doubt be aware. Maybe they're not. Invisibility rune to be secured. Are they going to let them have this free Roshan? Roshan will drop very rapidly as well. They have a very small window of opportunity to try and take it from the claws of CLG, and I don't think they're going to be able to successfully secure it. Roshan dropping in an instant. Cheese picked up by the Shrek, with the Night Stalker picking up the Aegis of the Immortal. And all of a sudden mTw, who were looking pretty strong, looking pretty fantastic, looking like they had a chance, have suddenly been pushed back a mile. And now they have a lot of crawling to do to try and bring this fight back, to try and contest CLG. Brewmaster working here. Already has an Aghanims. Looks like he's going to go straight for a BKB. Why not get a BKB? No. Glorious, delicious BKBs. Vitality booster in hand for Lina. I doubt this is going to be built into a Bloodstone or anything. It's most likely just being used for the extra HP. We've seen Lina melting time and time again with the Vitality booster, with the Bracer. She's relatively happy with her current level of health. And hopefully won't die so rapidly like we've seen before. 26k on the lone build. He's happy indeed. How much money does he have? 800. What did he recently buy? The Skull Basher indeed. Probably his next item will be an Abyssal Blade to go in on the Bear. Can't put an Abyssal Blade on the Spirit, going on the actual Druid that is. Can't put an Abyssal Blade on the Bear because of the lack of mana. You can put a point booster, an energy booster on, but it's just not worth it. The regen is so slow that you'll be able to use the Abyssal Blade once, and then you have to wait 5 minutes for the mana to come back. It's not exactly that great. It's a massive waste of a slot. CLG holding this bottom lane, don't want to let mTw have it at all, and looks like this is where the next team fight will happen. Surprised mTw aren't electing to back off until the BKB, or rather the Aegis of the Immortal, has worn out. We also have 5-second BKB on the Night Stalker. It's been used up plenty of times. 7 seconds currently coming in on the Leshrac. How many does the CK have, however? Where are you, Syndron? There you are. 7 seconds currently, same as the Leshrac, but the Night Stalker has used so many BKB charges. But a full 10-second duration for the Invoker for his BKB. Plenty of BKB action to come out of him. Also has the Aghanims for 2 seconds spell invoke cooldown. Didn't think that through, did I? This goes without saying, but whoever wins the next big team fight wins the game. Simple as that. However, how much money do we have? Chaos Knight having 3,300, 1,600. We might have just enough for buybacks, actually. So even... We're close. We're very, very close to having buyback money. So even if mTw get taken down, they'll be able to buy back into the game. So even if they win the next team fight, it might not be a guaranteed victory. However, the same can be said for CLG. Every single member has so much money in their bank, even more so than mTw, and as a result, except for SK, but who cares about him? And Leshrac, who is a little bit more important, has a Shiver's Guard as well. And with the use of that cheese, that means when you finally bring Leshrac low, it's going to be great for the next team fight. When you finally bring him low, he'll be back to full again. Mana and HP, you have to deal all of the damage again, and you have to deal with that Pulse Nova with all the AoE damage to fly out of him. Smoke Gate to come out. We could see a member of mTw getting caught out, but they're electing to stay back, hide it on the high ground, play it safe. Especially at this stage of the game. If one of their members falls, then it's a big difference. Because CLG is... You could effectively say they have 6 because they have the Aegis. Rubik securing himself a BKB because why the hell not? We have the money for it, but not saving it for buyback, however. I would have elected to save the money for buyback, so in case we all die, we can come back again. And the top tier 2 tower over at top finally takes a fall. Pycat unable to run in time and rescue it. Unfortunate, but what can you do?
Swiftly out of balance.
And CLG electing to not try and take the fight on here. They have all backed off. And time is ticking away. We're currently 4 minutes, 6 minutes until that Aegis of the Immortal runs out. And if mTw are going to try and fight, that will be the moment. Either we'll try and just freaking kill them or take a barracks, or we'll go straight for Roshan. I have a feeling they might just skip Roshan and try and push a lane out, and pretty much force them to choose between a barracks and Roshan, which will not be a beneficial trade at all. And look at the amount of damage coming out of CLG. This creep wave getting absolutely obliterated by everyone. And mTw trying to hold the line, this tier 1 tower, tier 3 tower, you idiot, barely standing on its legs, 224 HP. CLG are moving in. This could be the final blow for the team of mTw. Now we're going to engage. The Bear's standing the line. He's holding on, getting voided right there, but he will be absolutely fine. He's taking a bit of damage. 600 crit to land on that Ursa. Screw you, Bear. I hate you and your family. I can hear Syndron yelling it out now. No, I can't. I'm making up shit. Tornado to fly out, not picking up anyone, however. Would have been a nice engagement, actually, for the team of CLG if they managed to pick up 1 or 2 heroes of mTw. But alas, it's not the case, and this Bear getting so low, the tower rather getting so low on HP. Currently on 111, a few more right clicks will take it down. Now, speaking of right clicks, a lot to land on the Spirit Bear, trying to burst it down as fast as possible. It is going to get recreated, however. We might actually just send it back to the founder, but the fortification has come out. Now is the opportunity they're going to push forward. mTw are going to see if they can fight this. Fable to come in, Tornado to fly out once again, it just picks up Lina. But the tower finally takes a fall. Invoker's securing the kill on it. And suddenly this area for fighting becomes considerably less safe for mTw because they don't have the damage or the safety of the tower. Forge Spirit's doing what they can, but rapidly get cleaned up by mTw. And CLG are unable to press in. They aren't quite daring enough to do so. They don't want to risk it because here's the thing, if they die, mTw are just going to waltz over, they're going to kill this, they're going to kill this, they might even just settle for this and just freaking kill this straight away. Screw the other barracks. Also, I can't draw on the map once again, which really annoys me. I can draw on the mini-map, but I can't actually draw on this map, and it's sad as hell. Like, draw lines and whatnot. It makes me look really sophisticated. Something's a little bit bugged out here. Just a bit of Forge Spirit fire. Dragon Slave fly out. Lightning Storm as well. The creep wave is getting nuked by every single member of both sides of the team. I feel sorry for these creeps right now. And looks like CLG are finally going to push in. Or are they? Nope, just using the Forge Spirits, just using the Centaur Khan to do a bit of damage to the barracks. Being brought slightly low, like, you know, it took a little bit of damage, just a little bit, but it's pretty fine. It's feeling relatively healthy, is going to regen to 100%. Lincoln, if we're going to see an Epicenter, no, we're going to back off immediately. BKB is pop, Deafening Blast, and Meteor to fly out. Shiva's Guard doing so much damage to every member of mTw, and BKB is coming out for everyone. SK takes a fall. The split has been had. Phantasm has been popped as well. Miracle doing damage to everything that's nearby. A nice split to come out of him. The Pulse Nova and the Diabolic Edict. Everyone that nearby, once again, taking so much damage, and 2 members have fallen for mTw. EMP to fly out. We're currently moving in here on the Pandas, and they are getting taken down one by one. They're taking a good chunk of damage as well. Split Earth to fly down. The Bear is going to take a fall, and it cannot be recreated. This is very bad. Suddenly they don't have the Bear. They don't have the Bear with all of his items, and this is most likely going to be GG. 2 members are down. They don't have the Bear, which is the biggest problem. The middle barracks has taken a fall. CLG going to rotate to the bottom, and I think they have finally secured the delicious victory that they have been craving for the past hour. Bottom barracks will take a fall. Melee and range rapidly falling to the might of CLG. There is little that mTw can do about it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're just going to rotate to top. They want to deliver the complete killing blow to mTw, give them absolutely no chance of coming back. Because if you give mTw the slightest chance, they will take it without a doubt. One of the reasons they're one of the top teams right now in Dota. mTw to go out, 2-second stun, Reality Rift to fly out as well, and the Hex to land as well. BKB's coming off for every single member of both sides of the team. The right-click damage is too much. Syndrome takes a fall. Laguna Blade to fly out, but the Cheese brings him back to full HP. We have the Shiva's Guard to fly out. Pulse Nova and a lot of AoE damage to come out of Miracle. Bear is going to take a fall. Light Strike away to fly down. Fucking Mad is still going to take a fall, but gets lifted into the air. Mitch getting very low as well. Still has the Aegis. The charge has not been used up. Lacoste tanking the tower. Doesn't care in the slightest. And the GG finally coming out of the team of mTw, with their entire team being removed from the fray. Boy, that was a freaking long game. Long games are good. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and BenQ. mTw going it up against CLG, and after a very, very long and valiant battle, mTw fall to the might of CLG. They will progress further within the defense tournament. My name has been Toshley. Come on, score screen. Can you please load? There we go. I'll see you next time.